So Ohuhu just released their Fineliners, and they sent me these about a few weeks ago, and I've been using them pretty much almost every day since I've gotten them, and I'm really excited to show them off. I've been really pleased with them. So, of course, I do have some promotional pieces that I was commissioned by Ohuhu to do. And if you follow Ohuhu on their social media platforms, you've probably already seen this piece. I did this piece entirely with these Ohuhu Fineliners and then colored it in with the Ohuhu brush markers. I tried to stick to lighter pastel-y kind of colors because I didn't want to take away from the emphasis of the liners in this piece. And then I did this piece, and this was just to sort of show off how the marker ink can color right over all of this detail from the Fineliners without any smudging. And this is one piece that I'm extremely surprised about because I do often get smudging from other brands. And then there's this. This was just a piece showing off the thickness of each fineliner. And I think it's upside down. Hold on. Let me turn that around. All right. With, of course, the smallest being at the top. This is the 0.05. And then it goes to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 1.0, and then the brush. So the set has a pretty good range of thickness. And the cool thing is that the entire set of all 8 Fineliners is $9.99, which you can find on their ohuhu.com website and on amazon.com. And the other cool thing is I have a coupon in the description below if you're interested in this product. And one thing I really wanted to do was go ahead and take my Ohuhu brush marker, and I'm gonna pretty much just drag the ink over all the lines just so you guys can see how amazing it is that I can just completely go over all these lines and have no smudging. That's just something I really wanted to highlight for this video. I'm going to try a different color. So this color is even darker. It's the deep red, and I'm just doing the same thing, just going through all the lines, and I'm definitely applying pressure and just going up and down through every single line. Now, I am curious. I haven't done this before, but usually you're going to get smudging no matter what if you are constantly going over a line repeatedly with a lot of pressure. So I'm going to do it on the brush nib stroke because that's where I've got a lot of black ink there. So I'm going to see if it happens. And I'm just, again, going pretty much in circles. I went up a bit to the solid line up here just to see. But yeah, I'm just going back and forth between these two lines. Guys, y'all, are you seeing this? Like, truly seeing this? I'm impressed. And I was actually nervous because I thought I would actually end up smudging it and smearing it. But no, that didn't happen. So that alone is very impressive. And I do suggest, though, for best results to definitely let your ink dry when you line your pieces. So if you do line art fairly quickly and then go straight to coloring and you experience any smearing or smudging, then it 100% has to be the fact that not enough time was given to drying. And so then I have this piece that I did where the left side is a sketch and the right side had that same sketch, but I inked it. And it's just a comparison just to show like how much crisp and detailed and how defined lining your art can be. And then lastly, I feel like people come to the conclusion that when it comes to certain supplies like fine lining pens, they can only be used for artistic pieces like that, but they're also good for other things like bullet journaling. And while I don't do it much on this channel anymore, I do bullet journal. And this is just a calendar spread that I did for the month of November. And all of the black ink here was done with these Fineliners and even the writing, which I don't really care for because I feel like, and it's crazy, but I feel like my writing sucks. Like, I'm all about hand lettering and things like this and being all artsy fartsy. But then when it comes to actually writing in these areas, it's, oh, yeah, no. Kind of feels like it takes away from the whole look. So I just wanted to show that too. So let's draw something cute. So I'm thinking I want to do like a chibi of some sort. And I'm just using my Prisma Colorase pencil to do the sketching really quick. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a chibi sort of style. Even though I'm not much of a chibi artist, but I still like it regardless. Yeah, it's official. I can't really draw chibi. I don't know why I try. Okay, now that I got a sketch of a chibi, but not really a chibi. Just a character with a pretty big head. I'm gonna go ahead and start lining. I've got my smallest liner, the 0.05, and I always start with the smallest one, probably just because it feels safest at the moment, because I'm afraid to just make a mistake, and I feel like I'd be more prone to make mistakes if I used a larger nib at the moment. However, I've made mistakes before with smaller nibs anyways, so you know. Okay, so pretty much got the hardest parts done first, which to me are always the eyes and the nose and the lips. They're just those sort of fine features that you don't want to mess up, or at least I don't want to mess up. And so since I have those features out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and move on to a thicker nib. So this is the 01. It's not like a huge transition, but I like to vary my line weight. I think it's important to do to sort of like kind of have interest within the piece and to add depth. And I'm really trying to focus on this theme of strawberries, hence why her cute little buns are in like a strawberry shape. And then I'm going to go to an even thicker nib. I'm going to go to the 0.2. And I'm just going up in size because I find myself thickening outlines when using the smaller nibs. And it just feels dumb that I'm doing that when I can just be using a bigger nib. And for the dress, I tried to follow that design that was super popular a few months ago of the strawberry dress. It was all over the place on Instagram. But I think I'm going to leave the print of the strawberries out. Just seems a little too tedious at the moment. I think I'm going to add shoes on her. I didn't actually put shoes on her in the sketch, but I've changed my mind. Just going to do some like ballet flats or something with an ankle strap. And I think I just might fill it in black. All right, and then for my little strawberry in the background, I went to a size 0.5. And that's almost that. I'm going to go ahead and take 0.7 and kind of just work a little in certain areas. For instance, I'd like to have my lines thick in certain areas and then thin in other areas. Just creates a certain, a certain look, certain aesthetic to it in the end. And I think that's that. So now with the liner finished, I'm going to go ahead and color it up. And I'm pretty sure I gave it enough time to dry. I prematurely started erasing though. And in this itty bitty area, I smudged the ink just a bit because it was still kind of wet. Should have known better, but is what it is. So I've got my colors here and I'm going to go ahead and color her in. As a last minute thing, I don't know if this is a good choice or not, but I'm going to try it. So I have the brush Nib Fineliner, and I'm going to go ahead and use it to sort of add a brushy outline effect over here. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I think it may distract a bit too much, but I was really wanting to use it on this piece. Yeah, definitely not one of my brighter ideas, but it's interesting. And with that, I'm going to call it done. I personally really love these Fineliners. I'm overall just really surprised with how good they are. I have had a lot of trouble in the past with Fineliners. But yeah, so as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, put on your notifications, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.